Yes, good afternoon, students. So in today's class, okay, we will be having a discussion that is regarding the aliasing concept. What do you mean by the aliasing? Okay, and then even we will be having a discussion that is regarding the cloning. Okay, so here, what do you mean by the aliasing in the list? And then what do you mean by the cloning in the list? Okay, will be having a discussion in this today's class. Okay, so to begin with, okay, so here, first of all, we will be having a discussion that is regarding the aliasing. Okay, so here, what do you mean by this aliasing? Here is that aliasing is nothing but the process of giving another reference variable to the already existing list. Okay, so here to the already existing list will be there. Okay, so for that we are going to give another reference variable. Okay, so here you can notice here is that 10, 20, and then the 30, and then the 40. Okay, so these are all the elements, okay, that you can notice here. And then I will be assigning here in this, that is y equal to x here. It means that y is nothing but the reference variable. So here y is nothing but the reference variable, whereas the x is nothing but the given list here, existing list here. Okay, so the process of giving the another reference variable here, the another reference variable here is the y. Okay, so here the process of assigning a reference variable to the already existing list, okay, is going to be called as, that is the aliasing. Okay, here you can notice that y equal to x I have used, and then I will be printing the value of x, and then I will be printing the value of a y. Okay, and then you can clearly notice that, okay, here the graphical representation of the aliasing concept. Here the x is nothing but the list which is already being displayed, that you got to know that that is in this particular list name x. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so these are all the elements that are going to be present. Okay, and then since I will be using an aliasing concept, so aliasing is nothing but what is that, y equal to what is that, x here. Okay, so here y equal to x means what? Okay, here I will be assigning the elements of the x to the elements of the y. Okay, so here you can clearly notice here in this particular okay, graphical representation that both the list x and then the list y, okay, both are pointing, okay, both are pointing towards the, what is that here, the list here. You can notice here. Okay, that is 10, 20, and then the 30, 40. Okay, now let us look into this practically. Okay, how this could be implemented. Okay, now we can clearly look at this one as a practical implementation. Okay, how we can able to implement this aliasing concept. Okay, now what I will be doing here is that, okay, so I will be taking the x equal to, that is 10, 20, 30, and then the 40 I will be taking here. And then next statement, what I will be taking here is that y equal to x I will be taking. Okay, and then when I will be printing, okay, so when I will be printing the value of x here. Okay, so here when I will be printing the value of x, okay, you can notice that clearly. You can notice here in this, that is already we had specified, that is I had specified, that is the x equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the elements I have specified. And then I will be, with the help of the aliasing concept, I will be using, that is y equal to x. Okay, and then I will be printing, that is the x here. Okay, and then when I will be printing both the x and as well as both the y here. Okay, so when I will be printing both x and y, okay, you can clearly notice, okay, that is in the output that you will be getting the output. Okay, that is the elements of both the list x and the list y. You will be getting the output element as the same elements you will be getting. Okay, you can notice here that the elements in the list x and the elements in the list y, okay, both will be having the same elements, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here the both the list, that is the x and as well as the y element, y list, okay, will be having the same elements. Okay, when you will be using, that is the y equal to x. Okay, so this is what is nothing but, okay, so this is what is nothing but a aliasing concept. Aliasing concept means what? Here x is nothing but the list name, okay, and then y is nothing but the reference variable, okay, and I will be assigning the elements of the list x to the elements of the y, okay. So when I will be printing both the list x and then list y, okay, I will be getting the output as that is the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, okay, that is both the elements of the list x and both the elements of the list y, you will be getting it as the same output, okay. Now now let me do the changes here, okay. Now what I will be doing here is that means suppose here if I could able to use here, what I will be doing here, I will be changing the value of the y of 1 equal to what is that, I will be taking it as a 777, okay, and then when I will be printing the value of a x and then when I will be printing the value of the y, okay. Now what will happen, okay, you can clearly notice that just I have used this particular statement, that is y of 1, okay, y of 1 equal to what is that, 777 I have used, okay. So here you can clearly notice that here, that is only with the help of this particular statement, that is y of 1 equal to 777, okay. It means that the index number 1 which is having an element value that is the 20, okay, this element is going to be replaced by the value that I have specified, that is 777. So here you can notice that 777 will be the output in both the whenever I will be printing the list element that is the x and then as well as the list element that is the y, okay. So here now what happened, yes, right, because the elements yes, now you can notice that, okay, that is already we had discussed, that is regarding this, that is the aliasing concept and all, okay. And then what is the graphical representation of the aliasing, that is 10, 20, 30 and then the 40 also we got to know that, okay. That is here. Now what we will be doing here is that means, so here the value of the x and then the value of the y, okay. So here you can notice that y equal to x I have specified, and then what I will be doing, y of 1 equal to 777, okay, I will be specifying, okay, y of that is, okay, you can notice here is that y of 1 equal to 777 I have specified, okay. It means that the index number 1 which is having, that is the 777, okay. So whenever I will be printing the output as that is the x here, okay, so you can notice that the 20 is going to be replaced by the value that is the 777, but I don't want that, I want exactly the output, that is even though I will be updating the index number 1 with the value 777, okay, but I want to get the output as that is the 10, 20, 30, 40 itself, okay. So now you can clearly notice that in the practical implementation, okay, that is regarding this practical implementation, okay, you can notice that here x equal to that here we have specified, okay, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, y equal to x, and then y of 1 value I have assigned 777. So when I will be printing the value of x and then when I will be printing the value of the y, you can notice that here in the both the output, okay, that is the index number 1 is being updated by the value 777, but I don't want that because the given list x, okay, it is having the elements that is the 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So 20 it has, it should not be changed to the what, 777, okay. So for that, so this is what is the drawback, right? So this is what is the drawback of the aliasing concept, right? So because here in the second statement we have done the aliasing, that is we have created the reference variable that is the y, and then we have assigned the variable that is the list name x, okay. But when I will be updating the index number 1 value 777, but that is also being depicted to the list x. So this is what is the drawback of the aliasing concept, right? So how to overcome that? Okay, so how to overcome that? Now you can clearly notice it in the output that when I will be printing the list x and then list y, okay, both the that I will be getting 777, here also the 777. So this is what is the drawback of the aliasing concept. So how I can overcome, okay, this the drawback of this aliasing concept. Okay, so here how I can overcome that one. Okay, so here how I can overcome, that is the aliasing concept means, okay, that is with the help of the cloning concept. Okay, so here with the help of the cloning concept, we could be able to overcome the drawback of the aliasing concept. Now you should clearly understand what do you mean by the cloning concept. Okay, so here the cloning is nothing but what? So the cloning is nothing but the process of creating the exactly the duplicate independent object. Okay, so the process of creating exactly the duplicate independent object, okay, is going to be called as the cloning. Okay, so we are going to create a duplicate independent object, and the process of doing it is going to be called as, that is the cloning. Okay, now how this cloning can be implemented, how this cloning concept can be implemented? This cloning concept can be implemented with the help of the, that is the slice operator, and then with the help of the copy function also. Okay, now we'll look into this, how with the help of the slice operator and then how with the help of the copy function the cloning concept is going to be implemented. Okay, so I have specified the list name as the x equal to, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 I have specified. And then here in the second statement, okay, so instead if you could able to remove this square bracket and then the colon, y equal to x means, then that becomes a what? The aliasing concept. Okay, it means that I am assigning the value of x to the variable, that is the y here. Okay, so here I will be using here, that is the cloning concept here, y equal to, what is that here? X in bracket I will be specifying, that is the colon. Okay, so here in bracket I will be specifying it as a colon. Okay, so with the help of this slice operator, because I will be using a slice operator, so I will be specifying here the colon. Okay, and then when I will be updating the index number value, that is the 1 with the value that is 777. Okay, then when I will be printing the value of a x, okay, you can notice that here the index number 1 value remains the same here whenever I will be printing the x here. It means that 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so here 10, 20, 30, 40 will be the value that remains the same. So when I will be printing the value of the y here, okay, so when I will be printing on the value of the y, okay, that is, since the index number 1 is going to be updated with the 777, so you can clearly notice it in the output that, okay, that is the 20 is going to be replaced by the 777. Okay, now we can practically implement it. Okay, we can practically implement this particular concept. Okay, now we can notice here that, so I will be using here, that is the colon operator here I will be using. Okay, so that you will be getting a clear cut idea, okay, about this particular concept. Okay, now you can notice that here in this particular second statement that I have used this, the cloning concept here, that is y equal to x is nothing but the aliasing concept, since I have used, that is the slice operator. Okay, so the drawback of the aliasing concept, it means that even though I will be changing the value of the y of 1 equal to 777, that will not be reflected whenever I will be displaying the output of the, that is the x here. Okay, and then you can notice that here. Okay, so I will be running the code here. Okay, so when I will be running the code, okay, you can notice the difference. Okay, because here we have used the cloning concept. So when we have used the cloning concept, okay, so this cloning concept, it overcomes the drawback of the aliasing concept. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, the same values is going to be printed here also, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so that you can clearly notice it. Okay, that is here you can notice that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it is going to be printed, even though we have made the changes to the index number 1 value, that is 777, but the output remains the same as the input here. Okay, but only the value of the y is going to be changed here, that is the 777. Okay, so it is all because of the, what is that, the cloning concept, which is going to be done with the help of the, that is the slice operator. Okay, with the help of the slice operator, we could be able to reduce the drawback. Okay, we can overcome the drawback of the That is the aliasing concept. Okay, now we will straight away look into this. That is the theoretical concept. Okay, that is, you can notice here that why here I have used that is the colon slice operator. Okay, and then even though I will be updating the value of y of 1 equal to 777, and I will be printing the value of the list x. Okay, we can notice here is that, okay, that is the value is not going to be updated at all. 20 will be as the 20 itself. Okay, whereas when I will be printing the value of the y, okay, you can notice that here 777, okay, the value is going to be updated. Okay, it means that this particular statement will not going to be having any of the effect on the list x, even though we have used y equal to x. Okay, so here that is how the cloning concept is gonna be used by using the slice operator. Okay, and then you can notice now the graphical representation. Okay, so here you can notice the graphical representation about this, the cloning concept. Okay, so what do you mean by the cloning concept? As I have already told that, okay, as I have already specified that the cloning concept is nothing but creating an independent object. Here the what is that duplicate object? Okay, so here x as well as the y independent list is going to be created. So whenever I will be using that is the y of 1 equal to 777. Okay, so the element 20 which is going to be present in the, that is the index number 1, will be overridden by the 777. Okay, so you can clearly notice the graphical representation about this. That is the cloning concept. Okay, now we will be looking into this one more important method. Okay, how we can do the cloning concept. Okay, so we can implement the cloning concept by using even the copy function also. So with the help of the copy function, we could able to implement the cloning concept. So how we can do that means simply just here you can notice that y equal to x I will be using, and then dot copy. Okay, so here copy method I will be using. Okay, so with the help of this particular copy method, okay, I could be able to implement that is the cloning concept. Even though I will be updating the value of the index number 1 by the 777, but that is not going to be making any of the impact whenever I will be printing the value of that. There is the list x here, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 is going to be displayed. Okay, but when I will be printing the value of the y, okay, you can notice that here only the index number 1 value, that is the y of 1 will be changed. Okay, so here now we can, so this is what is the theoretical concept. Okay, now we will be looking into this, that is the practical implementation. Okay, about this particular concept, how we can do the cloning concept with the help of the copy function. Okay, so already we had seen the practical implementation about this, that is the slice operator. Now we will be using that is the copy method. You can notice that here I will be using that is the copy method. Okay, so here in this particular second statement, okay, what I have done that, okay, y equal to x dot copy I have specified. Okay, so here x is nothing but what is that, the given input list name. Okay, and then here copy method I will be using. Okay, so when I will be using this copy method, even though I will be trying to update that is the y of 1 equal to 777, that will not be having an impact to the list x. Okay, so you can clearly notice. Okay, so when I will be taking the output here, okay, so when I will be giving the output here, so here you can clearly notice the difference here is that, okay, so here in this output that yes, when I will be printing the value of x here, okay, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, and then the 50. Okay, so the whatever the elements that is going to be specified, the same elements are going to be displayed. Why? Because even though I will be using y of 1 equal to 777, why means because here we are going to implement that is the cloning concept. How we are going to implement the cloning concept? Yes, we are going to implement the cloning concept with the help of the, that is the copy method. Already we had seen how to do it with the help of the slice operator. Okay, now even we will be having a look into this, that is the copy method. Okay, so here you can clearly notice that here only the index number 1 value is going to be updated, whereas the in the list X, okay, the index number 1 value remains the same, whatever the input that you have given. Okay, so here that is what is the usage of this, that is we can implement the cloning concept with the help of the, that is the slice operator, and with the help of the copy function also. Okay, and then now next we will be having a discussion, that is you can notice that how graphically the representation of the cloning concept will be. Okay, that is here you can notice that we have two separate independent objects are going to be created, X and Y. Okay, so whenever you will be making any of the changes, okay, Y of 1 means index number 1 value is going to be changed to the 777, so that is going to be impacting only to the list Y but not to the list X. So when I will be printing the list X, okay, so you will be getting the output as the input itself. Okay, so there will not be an impact of the changes, whatever the changes that is going to be made to the Y of 1 equal to 777. Okay, so that's what you saw this. Okay, and then now okay, we will be having a discussion that is regarding the what is the difference between the equal to operator and then the copy function. So here equal to operator, it is going to be used for the aliasing concept. Okay, and then the another important copy function, it is going to be used for the cloning concept. So equal to operator, it is going to be used for the aliasing concept. Copy function, it is going to be used for the cloning concept. Okay, so here just so these are all the things, okay, that what we had seen in this today's class. So in today's class, what we had looked into, that means in today's class we had seen what do you mean by the aliasing of a list. Okay, what do you mean by an aliasing? Aliasing is nothing but the process of giving any other reference variable to the already existing list. So what is the drawback of this aliasing? So what is the drawback of this aliasing means when I will be updating the value of the index number in the list Y, okay, that will be reflected even to the list X also. Okay, so in order to overcome the drawback of this, that is the aliasing, we are going for this cloning concept. So what do you mean by this, the cloning concept here is that the process of creating exactly the independent object is going to be done with the help of the cloning. So cloning can be implemented with the help of the two important okay method. One is by using the slice operator, and then another by using the copy function. Okay, so how with the help of the slice operator we can do that means here you can clearly notice that in this particular second statement that Y equal to X, okay, this is nothing but the aliasing, and for that we are going to implement the cloning means, that is by using the slice operator. Even though we are going to do the changes in the list Y, that will not be reflected whenever I will be printing the list X. You can clearly notice the difference between the output of a print X and then the print Y. Okay, when I will be using the cloning concept by using the slice operator. Okay, and then even we had looked in the today's class, okay, that is regarding the another way of implementing the cloning function by using the copy function. Okay, that is here in the second statement we had done that X dot copy. Okay, so like this, okay, you can clearly notice that here the graphical representation about this, the cloning concept X and then the Y. Okay, so lastly we will be having a difference between the what is the difference between equal to operator and then the copy function means. So equal to operator, it is going to be used for, that is the aliasing concept. Okay, what do you mean by aliasing? Already we had discussed. Okay, that is, it is nothing but giving a reference variable to the existing list. Okay, and then the copy function, it is going to be used for the cloning. Okay, so here that's it for this the today's